What's going on, guys? It's your boy Klep. I'm here with my man DJ from Fan Men. Listen, we had the opportunity to see the first 5 episodes of Masters of the Universe Revelation. And we got to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a very, very special breakdown and first reaction to the new Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe cartoon on Netflix. And of course, I had to be here with my man, my homeboy DJ from the Fan Men, because, you know, we the real fans of this, as you all are. And we figured we would get together and do a special first reaction for you guys. No spoilers, though.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
So, you know, we've luckily both independently been able to watch this thing.
Yeah.
And it's been very hard to keep my mouth shut for a month. It's been really hard because this thing it's very much worth talking about. So.
Very special, and shout out to Netflix, because if it wasn't for Netflix, we would have never had the opportunity to check this out. They show a lot of love to CritiX Media and myself, Klepcx FM, and yeah, man, when I saw this one pop up, and I had called you immediately.
Yeah.
So that we could get together and watch this thing. And I ended up watching it. We saw it twice.
Yeah.
We watched it twice.
Twice.
Before we get into what we thought about our first reaction, because we're not going to review this thing. We're not going to break it down for you. We will be reconvening and getting back together to do a full breakdown, full spoiler or spoiler-ish.
Yeah.
We won't give it all away, but we will be doing a full breakdown and review of this series later on this month,
probably a couple weeks
closer to the release of it. But right now, we're just going to give you our overall first-time reaction of this thing. But before we do that, let's talk about the mythos. Like, how long have you been a real big He-Man fan? Masters of the Universe.
Dude, we're both 80s kids. This cartoon was on every day after school. Every kid had He-Man toys, so you couldn't help but fall in love with it. So I'm going back like 4 years old or something like that. I was in on this 4 or 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Which, ironically, is towards the end of its actual figure run. But because I was born in '82, but nah, man, this is one of those things where it goes. We're on this really straightforward.
Yeah, we're actually watching it right now as we're talking. Yeah. So this will be our third time.
The thing with He-Man is the cool thing about He-Man is, unlike a lot of the other stuff we do, the DC and the Marvel stuff, and He-Man hasn't been consistent. So when you hear it was coming back, you're like, oh wow, yeah, cool, He-Man's coming back, that's neat. And then it wasn't until like you walk into the store and you start seeing the figures and the vehicles and stuff, and you heard the series was coming, and that you're really like, oh man, you forget how much you love He-Man.
I don't think, like, because same with me, like, it was about the same age, 5, 6, around that time. You just didn't understand the importance of the collection like that when we were that young. And I remember having all of them, and I was generous enough to, at one point, because of my mom, when I got older, she was like, you should pass them on to your little cousin, because he doesn't have the toys that you have. So I passed them on, and of course he doesn't take care of them the way they needed to be taken care of. And so that always left a sore in my chest, because of the way that I felt about this character in the cartoon. Like, it was my everyday. Like 4 o'clock, I believe it was, or 3:30, 4 o'clock, like every afternoon. I was watching this thing, and I was disappointed when they did the live action movie, because it didn't look anything like the cartoon that we knew.
And it not even looked like it. It was you were watching, you're like, where's Orko?
Yeah.
Where's Trapjaw?
Who the hell is Gwildor?
Where's Mechaneck? Where's Orko? Who the fuck is Gwildor? So They did try to bring him back in early 2000, 2002, I think. They had a series. I was in college at the time. Didn't have time to watch it. There was no DVR back then. There was no streaming. So I missed it. I have some of the toys from it. I picked up, it's He-Man, I'll grab that. But that was pretty good. It wasn't bad. But then he kind of just disappeared for almost 18 years or so.
So I remember that the artwork in that was pretty dope.
It was.
Because my son was watching that when we were rerunning it, and I didn't get into it. He didn't even stick with it. So there must have been something about it.
Seasons.
Yeah, there was something about it that just didn't resonate with people. To me, it wasn't my He-Man, so I stayed away from it.
Yeah.
But now they're bringing back the older school version of this character. They have the pop figures now, which I jumped on quickly because you know, I'm a fan. But
Yeah,
I love the OG look.
Yeah.
And I see you jumped on it because most of this stuff here is this guy's.
To get ready for, you know, this whole thing.
Mhm.
And it's almost like 82, I think, is the anniversary. So we're coming up on a big anniversary, 40 years for him.
Oh.
So they released the Origins figure. So you have, you know, He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat,
Mhm.
Manarch, Orko, Tila, Castle Grayskull, whatever.
Mhm.
And that was just like, you know, same thing. A lot of us had our toy collections passed down to someone else, and then they
Mhm.
all got huffed, so you don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a way to kind of get back in the saddle. Like, you know, I mean, I could walk into a Walmart and I could pick up Man at Arms again.
If you're lucky.
If you DJ, because DJ was on Hunt Toys.
If you're lucky.
But it was like opening the Castle Grayskull, man. Just the feeling you get when you're playing with these things again. It brings you back. Because let's face it, being an adult kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it's nice to kind of get back to like where like you can sit down and, you know, just organize your He-Man toys and you don't have to worry about anything for a couple of minutes. It's a good feeling. So yeah, he's back in a big bad way. We got a new comic series coming from Dark Horse, I believe.
And I got these OG ones that gives
Marvel ones.
No, I got the DC one.
Oh, he started. On DC,
I do
right?
have No, he started in Star, then he went to DC.
Which was DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Branded,
Yeah.
and then they did a DC run, and then I got the Marvel Age when he first crossed over.
So now we got the comic comeback, which is a prequel to the show.
Next week, actually, it's coming out. It's coming out
it's
next
already
week.
in my box.
Yeah.
So, that's, you know, that's it. We didn't talk about the show. So you have all these characters that were created by a bunch of guys just trying to figure a way to sell toys in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they ended up developing a really rich, cool mythos and set of characters that, I mean, they seemed goofy at the time, but over the years, you know, as people have evolved them, changed the looks of them, tweaked them a little bit. There's some great characters in this.
Yeah. And you're right about how, like, it's coming back full blast. You know, now,
hard. It's coming back hard.
It's like we're getting a second chance to re-love this thing the way that we didn't learn how to. And the toys came out first. The toys came out first originally back before the cartoon, right? They were trying to
Correct. So what happened was is they went to so the two biggest toy retailers back in the 80s were Toys R Us and Child's World.
Yep.
So Child's World hopped on and like, yeah, no, we'll give it a spin. You know, they did some good business with Mattel over Barbie and Hot Wheels and stuff.
Yep.
And Toys R Us was kind of like, well, how do kids know what this guy is? It's just a barbarian guy.
Yeah.
And like, oh, well, there's comic books inside the package. They rushed out and they had one of the guys from, I think the guy was from Marvel. I forget the name. Whip up some quick mini comics to flush up some backstory.
Mm-hmm.
And then Toys R Us was like, yeah, that's not enough. And then, we can tell you about the cartoon. And I guess one of the guys at Mattel knew the guys over at Filmation, and they got together and Filmation put the cartoon out, which was not totally, but it was vastly different from what they initially wrote for the synopsis of all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the Filmation series that we all know and love.
And this whole story is on the toys that make us, right?
The toys that made us break out. The He-Man one is possibly the best Toys That Made Us episode.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
That one or Turtles is real good too.
I felt like Turtles was a little rushed. It was a little rushed, but you're right. The He-Man one was probably, and the Star Wars one was pretty deep.
Yeah.
Star Wars one was really pretty deep. But we don't want to drag this on.
No.
Because we know they all want to know.
Yeah, the show's out. So I say that the story show just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Which expands a bit more of what you could see.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the show, and on top of
the first part,
yeah, we've seen the first 5 episodes.
Yeah.
The biggest thing too is on top of just like a character that we grew up with and we know and we love. Our guy Kevin show ran it, and we're both huge Kevin Smith guys. So this was kind of like a double whammy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. So we got to see the series. First off, Powerhouse Animation, who Netflix has worked with before. They did Netflix's Castlevania series, an excellent animation studio. They killed this thing.
Yeah.
They killed it.
Yeah.
And so you do have some people online that are, I think people just like to be miserable, complain that I thought it was supposed to be like a Filmation continuation. It is, but Filmation's animation was very simplistic. You had to, over 40 years, you got to give these guys some details and some depth. And I think it's a perfect blend of making things. That was great.
Yeah, this is
making things look like they're supposed to, but also, you know, like armor doesn't look like it's not an armor cuff is not just a silver band around your wrist. You know, there's rivets, there's details. So I think they found a real good balance of making it look like what you remember and what it was supposed to be initially, probably.
Yeah. And
also bringing it into the new age because animation's, you know, advanced since the 80s.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this reaction, right? But we're gonna keep it as simple as we can, so we don't trip ourselves and accidentally spill the beans.
Because I want to tell everyone about this. I want to scream it from the hilltops, man.
So let's go. Let's do this. Let's take 2 words.
Okay.
You get 2 words to describe the first 5 episodes of this thing. 2 words.
God damn.
Wow, 1 word but 2 words, kind of like it's like a double entendre kind of
space in there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna give you real two separate completely. I'm gonna say 1 nostalgic.
Okay.
And for my second word, shocking.
Okay. How's this one? I'll go perfectly balanced. How's that?
That's
I think
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
You updated everything to fit with what people are watching nowadays, and also, many of which they showed you in that story trailer that came yesterday. It's all our stuff. All our toys came to life again. Yeah. It's all there.
Yeah.
Everything you had in your toy box is in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it would have been very, even people don't like 2003, but they went very far away from the original to try to start a new thing. But
what was that other one? They did a weird one that was like it was like futuristic.
Oh yeah, so that was in the 80s. And when they tried to relaunch it, they did like a space He-Man.
They gave him short hair, kind of. Yeah.
It wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That was really bad.
Yeah, no,
that was really bad.
Yeah, no, I think the balance on this show between what you used to know and what they did and what you thought hope was coming.
That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Listen, we gave you our reaction. All right, I'm telling you, nostalgic and shocking.
Very nostalgic. Very nostalgic.
And shocking.
Tears. There were tears.
And we can't wait for you guys to see this, and we can't wait to talk more about this with you guys. But we did this initial reaction for you guys because, like you said, we've been holding this in.
It's been so hard.
It's been crazy. Like I almost had to just forget about it.
It's almost been like a red rum situation, almost like a Shining kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can't wait for you guys to check it out because we want to know what you guys thought about it. But goddamn, perfectly balanced, shocking, and nostalgic.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to you guys when it's rollout time.
Yeah.
And you guys let us know how excited you are below. And also, if you have any like non-spoilers questions or anything that we might be able to answer, feel free to leave it below, and we'll do our best to try to answer back and let you guys know. Other than that, we will see you guys on my channel, Klepcx on YouTube, where I'm gonna do a full breakdown alongside my man DJ and probably some other friends who are really, really into this. And DJ, where can they find you?
So, fanmanpodcast.com. It's a new website we're working on, but just basically on Twitter at fman37, Fanman Podcast, and all your streaming services. We'll be doing an audio episode 2 probably about He-Man. We'll have you over and stuff like that. And
cool. Yeah.
All He-Man this month.
We might do like a big launch party, man. We'll go live and do a live launch party or some shit like that.
And like we're putting this out the week before. We get to go talk to Kevin about it next weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're going to Smodcastle next weekend.
Smodcastle, man. I'm excited about that, man. I can't wait. Yeah. Just been feel good to get out and mingle with people again. It's gonna be a good time. So guys, yes, like we said, we'll check you. I think we'll probably do it probably like a couple of days before the actual release, or maybe on release day we'll do like a live launching event. We'll just go live with you guys. You let us know what you guys want.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us where we said to follow us. Also, for movie news and television news, you can check out wearecritics.com. That's my parent company that I own and work for. So guys, we will talk to you all soon. We are out.
Let's go open some of these and play. What do you say?
Word.